I am not the smartest, nor am I the most charismatic. Demons crawl behind my eyes, they whisper of sins long past, and of those they deem inevitable. I have slowly crawled from the pits of despair, but the chasm always remains under my heels. This forces my mind onto the balls of my feet, ever present, alert, and endlessly aware that all is temporary. I grew up discarded, growing like a weed amongst the cobble, tenacious and rebellious, as is a child's nature. In my teenage years, I was taken in by holy men and women. They spoke stories and truths of a life I had yet begun. Those truths fell on ears that had lived little and heard even less. You cannot save the impudent son, and his pain is his own to burn away. I was told I was naive, and my pain originated not from the world, but from my own spirit. I hated those men and women who had taken an orphan and cry over his suffering. I hated myself even more for hating them. So I did what any fool who hates himself does. I became that which I believed myself to be. I stole from those who had raised me and cast myself into the wilds in search of a beginning that only an ending provides. I found it in the form of a brutal mugging that left me stabbed and bloodied. I cast myself into the forest off the road I had nearly died on, desperately running, looking back. Those men had probably never given chase. I, however, ran headlong into the dark. As I ran, blood loss took its toll, and I staggered and fell, listening in terror for footfalls of leather boots, bearing the bodies of men, turned monstrous in my mind. I heard nothing. All that I heard was the rushing of blood behind my ears and my ragged breathing, and then I heard crunching. I struggled to focus my eyes, determined to look my murderer in the face. Several trees beyond where I lay, I saw a shape, asymmetrical, with limbs coming out of places where limbs should not be, looking both human in places and animalistic in others. As I desperately tried to focus to ensure I wasn't hallucinating, it stepped forward, revealing a portion of its body, the curve of a human arm, protruding from a torso with no head or legs, lifted into the air with a terrible mass behind it still obscured. My body reacted with a surge. I staggered to my feet and ran. I ran, all the while God-forsaken. Noises haunted those trees, visions of unholy abominations ripping my mind as my legs began to fail. A far light caught my eyes, and I changed my course, desperate to live, gone with the notions of unfairness and apathy. With one single thought, I broke the tree line. I want to live. I was awoken by a cleric of the same faith to which I had been raised. I sobbed. I stopped only long enough to realize I was still by the forest. Staggered to my feet, I tried to dash away, but my legs failed me and I fell. As the world returned to the void, upon waking again, I was greeted by the same man, no farther away from those godforsaken trees. He attempted to calm me. As I screamed of headless bodies and demons and visions, he stopped me and explained. I had stumbled out of the wood line, screaming bloodied. He insisted no such abominations had been in pursuit. To this day, I know not if what I saw was truly there or merely the visions of a dying man to will movement. It doesn't matter, my God sought a wayward child, and through the only means he could, brought me to the truth. Parted ways with my Savior at South Hollow. I took up the cloth and dedicated my life to always remembering how delicate life truly is. Every moment a gift, a fire, fighting against a torrent that wishes to see it snuffed. So now I live by one truth. I want to live, truly live.